Welcome back to Interpreting the Scares. That's right, it's that time again to journey back to our daily journey through the nightmares with currently the final film in the original Exorcist franchise, and this one is called Dominion, prequel to The Exorcist. Dominion focuses on Father Merrin in his early days just after the events of World War II, where he has retired as a priest and has taken up archaeology. He's called to investigate the uncovering of what appears to be an ancient and mysterious church buried underneath the ground. But sometimes things should just be left where they are, as he soon learns, because an evil as ancient as the church itself is let loose, affecting everyone around it, most notably a young local boy. So, as I said with my review of the last film, Exorcist the Beginning, there are two variations of this exact same story, two prequels. Now, originally this film, Dominion, was shot and it was finished first, but they held off on releasing it out of fear that it would fail. Instead, they did something completely unthinkable, and they started from scratch, and they redid the entire thing, and from what I understand, I think when they redid it, they just wanted to focus more on scares than actual story, and guys, I hated that movie. You can see why by checking out my review on it, but I was so not looking forward to essentially watching the same movie all over again with Dominion. That sounded to me like an entirely horrible idea, but thankfully their original attempt was so much better. The flow this version had was so smooth, and it actually felt like an Exorcist film. The buildup of tension was there, the emotion was there, the intrigue just kind of worked all around. I had mentioned in my last review that the concept of an archaeological dig was honestly pretty awesome, but I hated the approach. I hated how they did it in the last film. Not so here. This felt much more natural, and even the buried church looked a billion times better in Dominion than it did in the last film. I don't even know how that worked. I don't know why, but I'm glad that that's the case. Even the acting seemed so much better here, and I know that that can't be the case. The one actor here, at least the main actor here, that reprised his role was Stellan Skarsgård as the lead character, Father Merrin. And we all know that he's not exactly a bad actor by any means, but something about the last film just kind of made it seem like that. That just kind of goes to show how important tone, atmosphere, and writing is in film. If you have something overly messy and shallow and whatever the heck that last film was, that kind of bleeds into the acting. And suddenly, even though the actor is giving it their best, it just does not look like that. Thankfully, because this film was just so much more clean and simple and it flowed so much more naturally, you could actually feel Stellan's performance so much better here. Now, that's not to say that this film is good by any means. It's not great. It's better than the previous film, and it actually feels much more natural as an Exorcist film. The story is still something that I don't necessarily care all that much about. I mean, who exactly asked for a Father Merrin origin story in the first place, right? Now, certain things I did like the archaeological dig and discovery, as well as the inclusion of the Chechi character. I also liked Father Merrin's background in World War II, which was also done in the previous film, just not as well or as emotionally deep as this. So I'd say for Dominion, I liked the first and third act okay, but some of the second act kind of slowed it down for me. Some of the second act was interesting, like some stuff done with Chechi and Father Francis, but overall, when it comes down to this series, people won't necessarily be looking at this movie. They'll be taking a look at the first, maybe the third, certainly not the second, but that's about it. I mean, The Exorcist was such a strange, discombobulated franchise. The first was iconic. The third was great. The second was weird as heck. The two identical prequels? Why? I don't know. Let's just go ahead and break down my final score. From a technical, unbiased perspective, Dominion is fair. You can't even come close to comparing it to the original film in terms of practically anything, but the filming location is nice, the cinematography isn't bad, the pacing is really smooth, and that honestly just kind of helped with everything else. This unbiased score is a decent 72%. My biased score is slightly higher because I honestly didn't mind the film at the end of the day. Am I clamoring to go out, buy it, watch it every October? No! I doubt I'll ever watch it again, but I definitely wouldn't mind rewatching it when given the choice between this and Exorcist the Beginning. It's a perfectly good film, just not the best Exorcist film. take it that way. My bias score is 76%, and when we combine the two scores together, we come to the final rating of 74%. 74 out of 100 possible stars, or a B- letter grade. Guys, have you seen these Exorcist prequels? If you have, let me know your thoughts on them in the comments down below. Which one do you prefer? Maybe we agree. Maybe we don't at all. But I would like to know, and as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next review. And until then, peace out!
Dave examines movies we just watch for fun. Davey is the expert. He